Imagine standing in front of someone who is screaming at you, trying to break your spirit, trying to get a reaction. Your heart is racing, your palms are sweating, but your face is a mask of absolute terrifying stillness. You say nothing, you do nothing, you simply watch. What happens next isn't just a psychological victory, it's a total collapse of the other person's power. Most people think that to win an argument you need the last word, but in the world of high-stakes influence, the person who speaks least is the one who controls everything. This is not just about being quiet, this is about the zero-reaction method, a psychological weapon used by the most powerful figures in history to dismantle opponents without firing a single shot. Welcome back to What Else Official. Today we are exploring why your reaction is the currency that others are trying to steal and how you can become bankrupt to their influence. Why are we so obsessed with reacting? From the moment we wake up, our brains are wired to respond to stimuli. A notification pings and we check it. Someone insults us and we defend ourselves. Someone praises us and we smile. We are like puppets on 1,000 invisible strings, and anyone who knows which string to pull can dance us around at their will. The manipulator's greatest tool isn't their words, it's your predictability. If they know how you will react, they already own you. But what happens when the strings go slack? What happens when they pull and nothing moves? This is where true power begins. It's the silence that follows a provocation. It's the unblinking stare that lasts 3 seconds too long. It's the refusal to provide the emotional satisfaction that the world demands from you. Have you ever felt the pressure to fill a gap in a conversation? That uncomfortable itch that makes you ramble just to stop the silence. That itch is your weakness showing. In this deep dive, we are going to teach you how to sit with that discomfort until it becomes your greatest strength. We are going to look at the psychology of the void. How a lack of response creates a vacuum that others will desperately try to fill with their own secrets, their own insecurities, and eventually their own submission. We will show you why the most dangerous person in the room is never the loudest, but the one who is most comfortable being a ghost. In the coming chapters of this exploration, we will break down the mechanics of the gray rock technique and why high-value individuals use silence as a filter for the people around them. We will examine the physiological shift that happens when you stop being a victim of your own impulses and start being the master of your own presence. Are you ready to stop being a puppet? Are you ready to see what happens when you give them absolutely nothing? The void is waiting and your transformation starts now. What else is hiding in the silence? Let's find out together as we descend into the art of the zero-reaction method. Prepare yourself, because once you see the world this way, you can never go back to being a reactive pawn again. To understand the power of zero reaction, we must first understand the biology of the hunt. Every manipulator, every bully, and every emotional vampire is an energy predator. They do not just want your compliance, they want your internal state. They are fishing for a pulse. When they provoke you, they are casting a line, waiting for the tug of anger, the jerk of defensiveness, or the twitch of fear. That reaction is their proof of life. It is how they know they have access to your system. If they can make you angry, they can make you predictable. If they can make you explain yourself, they have already put you in a position of submission. The moment you begin to justify your actions to someone who is attacking you, you have handed them the gavel. You have accepted their right to judge you. But the zero-reaction method flips the script. It is the ultimate refusal to be a witness at your own trial. When you provide no emotional data, the predator begins to starve. They pull the string, and instead of a dance, they find a void. This creates a massive psychological tension in the attacker. Humans are hardwired for feedback loops. When a loop is broken, the brain enters a state of frantic search. They will escalate. They will shout louder. They will try more desperate insults. And this is exactly where they lose. By escalating while you remain still, they expose their own lack of control. They become the puppet of their own desperation, while you remain the silent observer of their collapse. Think of the gray rock technique. It is a method designed to make you as uninteresting as a common gray rock on the ground. No shine, no movement, no flavor. By becoming a ghost in the social machine, you become invisible to the predator's radar. This is not about being a victim. It's about being a black hole. When a Machiavellian personality tries to map your weaknesses, they look for your tells, the micro-expressions of discomfort, or the rapid blinking of anxiety. Mastering zero reaction means training your nervous system to stay in a state of cold observation. It is about separating your internal feelings from your external presentation. You might feel the fire of rage in your chest, but on the surface, you are a calm, dark lake. This stoic distance creates a terrifying aura of mystery. People fear what they cannot predict. If they cannot find your buttons, they cannot press them. This silence acts as a filter. High-value individuals use this naturally. They don't feel the need to fill the air with noise to prove their worth. They know that in any negotiation, the first person to speak after a long silence is usually the one who loses. Silence is the space where the other person's ego goes to die. Have you ever noticed how the most powerful people in movies or history are often the ones with the fewest lines? They don't beg for attention. They command it by withholding it. We are going to show you how to apply this to your boss, your toxic relatives, and even your own inner critic. The void is not empty. It is full of potential energy. Are you ready to see how the world rearranges itself when you stop trying to fix it and start simply watching it? What else are they hiding in their desperate need for your response? Now that you understand the mechanics of the void, you must understand the ultimate victory, the silence of the self. The most dangerous reaction you can have is not to the person screaming at you, but to the voice inside your own head that tells you to defend yourself. When you master the zero reaction method, you aren't just winning a social game, you are winning the war within. You are training your brain to realize that other people's opinions are not your reality. Their anger is their burden, not yours. Their judgment is their confession, not your conviction. By refusing to react, you reclaim the energy you used to waste on people who never deserved a second of your time. You become a fortress of calm in a world of chaotic noise. This is the hallmark of a high-value individual, the ability to remain emotionally independent regardless of the environment. You are no longer a victim of circumstance, you are a master of presence. You see the strings, you see the hooks, and you simply step aside as they fly past you. The world will try to pull you back into the drama. It will try to make you loud, reactive, and predictable, but you know better now. You know that your silence is your sanctuary and your stillness is your strength. You have learned that the greatest response to a fool is silence and the greatest response to a predator is a lack of existence. You are now the ghost in their machine, the unreadable variable that keeps them awake at night. What else can they do to you when you no longer care what they think? The power has shifted and it belongs entirely to you. This is What Else Official. We are building a community of individuals who refuse to be manipulated, who refuse to be predictable, and who refuse to live by anyone else's rules. If this deep dive into the psychology of silence has shifted your perspective, then you are exactly where you need to be. But this journey doesn't end here. We want to hear from you. Have you ever used the power of silence to stop a manipulator in their tracks? Have you ever felt that incredible shift when you realized you didn't have to say a single word to win? Share your story in the comments below. Your experience could be the spark that helps someone else break their own chains. We read every single comment and your insights are what make this community a powerhouse of psychological growth. If you found value in this exploration, hit the like button right now. It tells the algorithm that this knowledge is important and helps it reach those who are still trapped in the cycle of reaction. And if you haven't already, subscribe to What Else Official and turn on your notifications. We are just scratching the surface of the human mind and our next deep dive is going to take us even further into the shadows. Don't be the one who misses the next revelation. Join us, stay aware and remember the most powerful thing you can do today is absolutely nothing. What else are they hiding from you in the noise? We are going to find out together. See you in the next one. Stay still, stay strong, stay silent.